Hello, my name is Sarah Lee Laredo, and my presentation is titled Getting Your Library More Likes, Marketing Elementary School Libraries to Families. I want to begin with how this topic came about. I came up with this topic after thinking about my experience in the school library at my job site compared to my experience at public libraries throughout San Francisco. At around 4 p.m. on any day of the week, my school library is empty and not being used. This is completely different than what I've seen in public libraries in San Francisco. The public library is booming with activity. The children's section and media center are filled with kids, teens, parents, and families. There are kids on computers, kids checking out books, doing arts and crafts, reading, and doing homework. So why is there such a difference in how families use their school library and how they use their public library? What can we as librarians do to bring in families into our school library? You might be thinking, why does it even matter that our school libraries aren't being used as much as our public libraries? Well, maybe you haven't considered the benefits of having families within the school library. In addition, we should want our school libraries to reach their full potential. It should not be the case that during the day the school library is a great source, but after school, families are not invited to take advantage of these resources. Now, let's move on to the benefits of marketing your library to families. The school library can be a place that provides resources to families that they might not have access to. Also, children could benefit from literacy development in the library after school. For example, developing early reading skills, providing tutoring, and developing critical thinking. The library could also offer fun activities, which would be positive recreational activities for students after school. Also, there are many benefits of promoting parent inclusion within the library. Parents could begin to learn about their child's education, become better acquainted with and feel more at ease on campus, take on school-related responsibilities, take leadership roles within the school. Lastly, the library could provide support for teachers. What librarians could do after school would be in line with what teachers are doing within the classroom during the day. Think of the positive impact an extra educator could have on students' lives. So if you're thinking about taking on the challenge of marketing your library towards families, where should you begin? You might want to begin with branding your library, which should reflect the needs of the community and not your agenda. Also, research your target audience. For example, which families are not involved within the school, and which students don't seem to enjoy their library time during the day. These are the kind of families and students you want to focus on. Also, consider how you will market towards families whose primary language is not English. Remember, collaboration is very important. It's important that you bring together as many resources and experts as you can, like teachers, other librarians, literacy coaches, and the administration at your school. Also, keep track of data. Take note of the number of library users you start with and where you end up. Keeping data will help maintain support of your library programs and possibly even funds. You might also consider using social media. Think of what your school community uses to communicate. Do they use Facebook, Twitter, email? A poster in the hallway might be useful, or maybe a school newsletter. Whatever will attract parents is what you want to use. When marketing your library, it's important you think of what your school community needs. Think about your target audience and what they will specifically benefit from. My research showed that families usually needed the following. First, families need literacy development. This is especially important with young students or struggling readers. You might also consider providing workshops on what parents can do at home to help their student. Libraries that have successfully marketed their programs to families have had story time. This might include librarians reading a story or having a guest reader. Maybe even a student could read. Also, families enjoyed coming back to a library with arts and crafts. Consider activities parents might not have the means for, and classroom teachers might not have the time for. Families kept coming back to libraries with games. This includes board games, but also video games. Also, families enjoyed programs with technology workshops for both parents and students. You might also consider implementing a book club with topics that are of interest to the students, not just you. Remember that your library must be parent and student centered. You're trying to get them to come back. Although it might be difficult, when marketing your library, you might consider providing some of the resources families use at their public library. This includes government information, housing, and food resources. Again, this might be more difficult to implement, but perhaps if you have the necessary support, it could be done. In conclusion, marketing your library will be difficult, but very rewarding. Think of the powerful impact you'll be having on students and their families. Be ready to try multiple things and ideas, and don't be afraid to fail. Be ready to make adjustments. Be patient, library users will come, and remember the benefits and who you are working for. Stay student-minded and family and community-minded. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.